guys, it's me, and clearly I'm exhausted, and I think I have some mascara smudges, like, down here, but, I just wanted to tell you guys that in the last couple days, I have watched, I think, 3 American movies, all 3 of them I've not seen before, and I think that means I've watched every single one of them at least once, and I want to watch the Samantha movie again, because I haven't watched it in, like, forever, because it scared me, but I'm an adult now, so I should be able to handle it. Um, and I wanted to say that I actually I watched the Chrissa and McKenna movies a couple nights ago. Um, and it was like 2 nights ago, and both of them were really great. The Chrissa movie was unbelievable. I loved it. And the McKenna movie was great too. Jade Pettyjohn portrayed McKenna so well. Um, and actually, she kind of came off as like a self-absorbed brat most of the movie, which I was pretty impressed with. It made me see McKenna in a new light. So I really appreciate Jade for that, and her acting talent is great. So thank you, Jade. I cannot remember the name of Cressa's actress for the life of me, and that's really bad, but she was great too. She did great with the emotions and the reactions for the beginning of the bullying, and all of that was just so well portrayed. And the person who played Tara, for such a young girl, I was very, very impressed, very highly impressed by all those girls since they are all so young. And they did the whole mean girl role so well. Obviously, Krista didn't, and Sonali wasn't a mean girl for long, and she didn't really do much, but I was very impressed with the younger girls being mean girls and being so good at it. It was like young girls and De Laurentiis, and I was very impressed. So, granted, these girls are all teenagers now, um, because it's been like 5 years, 6 years since the movie was made. So, um, I'm definitely very impressed by that. But in terms of the Molly movie that I watched tonight, I literally was in tears 3 times during the entire movie, and it was unbelievable. It was so well done. First of all, when they were all sitting down at the dinner table the first time, and I saw them all, I was like, Molly Ringwald! Like, Molly Ringwald. I mean, if you don't know who Molly Ringwald is, look her up. I'm not going to explain it because that's just how ridiculous it is. If you don't know who Molly Ringwald is, granted, some of you guys are probably very young and you might just not know who Molly Ringwald is, but Molly Ringwald is a very big actress who's been acting for a very, very long time, and she's been in a lot of really important and very popular cultural films through her career, and she's made a real name for herself. So Molly Ringwald, I love her a lot. She actually reminds me of my mother in looks and in like some of her like facial expressions. She just reminds me of my mom, so I love her even more. I'm just like Molly Ringwald, so that was really great. So I really enjoyed seeing Molly Ringwald during the movie and seeing her portrayed in a different light, more of a olden times light rather than a contemporary light. I was really happy with that. But 3 times in the movie, I was just like crying. And I'm sitting here I was on my couch for like maybe half of it, and then I came over here for another half, and I cried maybe, I think it was once over there, because I think I cried twice over here, and it was just, oh my god, it was great. It was so well done. I was very impressed with the language, the old time language. The set was great. The clothes were great. The authenticity of it was great. Just I loved the hair of like the women. Like Molly Ringwald's hair was great. I loved seeing that. I don't know the actress who played Miss Campbell, but her hair was great too. Very like big curls, and I loved the music teacher's hair too, with like the basic like basically like curly mohawk. It was so unbelievable. The hair was awesome. I got a kick of looking at it every single time one of the characters came on. But like the awesome hair was so cool, and just to see it all come together like that, it was beautiful. And then when I heard the story about Emily's mom, when Molly's neighbor told Molly what was really true, I was just like, oh my god. Ignore my disgusting nails, by the way. I meant to take the nail polish off, and that didn't happen. I mentioned it today, and it didn't happen. So but like literally, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. And then I think it was, and then when Miss Campbell lost her husband, I started crying. I mean, not husband, fiance. I started crying. And then I think I had a couple spurts where like I came really close to crying, and then when there was one, yeah, I came really really close to crying a couple times, and I think I actually cried maybe once or twice. Um, when Molly's mom kept getting the letters about the dad being missing in England, and poor Emily's trying to reassure them, like, it's okay, don't lose hope, he can be okay, he's probably in a hospital somewhere. He could have lost his, like, hit his head and, like, lost his memory, he doesn't remember his name, like, don't lose hope, he's probably alive. And I was just like, oh my god, I can't even, and I put myself in Molly's shoes for a split second when she was sitting in the chair when they declared him missing in action. And I was just like, oh, like I felt my heart sink. I like never had any idea how I could ever get through something like that. It was just horrible. People are dropping dead around you that you know. When Johnny died, I think I was like, oh my god. She was making the casserole. I'm always like, can I help? And that's when I first lost it over there on the couch. Um, and then I cried again. When Molly did finished her dance and she did really good, and then it was like, oh my god, it's so great. And then I see her dad over there. I'm like, that is not her father. That is not her father. She put the glasses on it. It was her father. I was like, oh my god. And then I lost it again. And then that pretty much lasted until the end when they all got home and they gave Christmas presents. And then I was just clearing myself up. And then he gave Emily the book of the Charles Dickens the book, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be the Christmas Carol. And she's like, it's the Christmas Carol. And he's like, it's engraved. And it's like, oh my god, he did it. And then she opened it up and she read it, and I was like, he did, he really did. I lost it again. And then I cried until the movie ended. Then I was sat in here in tears for maybe 2 or 3 minutes until I finally stopped. Oh my god, it was so beautiful, you guys. And I thought it was gonna suck too, which is unbelievable. The movies you think, or the movies or the books or whatever that you think are gonna be absolutely disgusting and awful. No offense to people who like all the movies. I am a changed believer. It was unbelievable. It was so beautiful, and it was so well done. And I can't even tell you how great it was. Like I'm still sitting here like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm in awe. It was just so well done. I'm so impressed by the Molly movie. And if none of you have watched it yet, or one of you watched it and you liked it, or whatever, you didn't like it. If some of you watched it, comment down below and tell me what you thought of it, because I loved it, and I totally, 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 for any of you who have not watched it, go right now, look it up on YouTube. Someone has done um, a six-part thing on it, and it skips maybe a couple seconds in between, but it's so worth it. That's what I watched. I really should put a link in the description, but I already canceled out the window, and I'm not gonna go back because I'm lazy today in the morning. So it was so well done, you guys. Like I'm so in love with the movie. And the really crazy part is I'm not a movie person. I don't typically like to watch movies. I don't like to sit down and spend an hour or two of my day or night, because I just watched it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, it ended around 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, me. um, I don't like to spend my time. I don't like to spend an hour or two out of my day to watch a movie. And there's maybe a couple exceptions to that. Um, but most of the time, I really, really have no interest in doing that. Sitting down and spending a couple hours with my head in a book, that is something I would rather do. I'm a book person. I take after my mother and my grandmother being a bookworm. I'm a huge bookworm. If you let me, and I have a bunch of books that I can enjoy, and I am like sitting in a really awesome place and I don't have anything to do, I could sit there reading, not interrupted, for an entire day. Like I'm not even joking. I could read book after book after book, and literally that's what I did one day in Florida. I just sat there and I read for hours on my grandparents' deck, listening to the sounds of the waterfall of the pool sitting right in front of me. It was beautiful. And I spent an entire day. And at one point, my mother came out and she said, "That's where you've been." And I was like, "Huh?" And I literally, like, kind of like was like startled. I was like, "Huh?" Like I looked over at her. I was like, "Oh, what time is it? How long have I been out here?" And I noticed that like the sun, as it set, it had like come like up my legs. It was getting closer and closer to like my like middle or whatever. Like time had passed, and I literally was in my book. Like, I'm not even joking. I was in my book. I was not here in the present world. I was inside my book, and I was in my book, and I was not paying attention to anything else. So when mom comes out, I was scared. I was kind of like, what time is it? How long have I been out here? Oh my god, the sun's like almost up my legs. It was freaky. It's always freaky when it does that. A really good book really does that to you if you're a bookworm and you enjoy reading. But that's the point. The point is, I don't typically like movies. So the fact that I was blown away by this movie that I actually thought was really going to suck, um, I'm being 100% honest here. I thought it was gonna suck. I wasn't really looking forward to watching it, and I'd been wanting to watch it for years, and I kept putting it off and putting it off because I thought it was gonna be miserable. It literally was unbelievable. It was so well done. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if any of you have not watched it yet, then you better go watch it. And I am going. Well, actually, I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna tell you, it was so unbelievable, you guys. Granted, I just spoiled the entire thing. Oops. But seriously, go watch it. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It was so well done. Um, if you're emotional, grab the tissues because there are going to be some points in the movie where you are going to be crying. I was using my sleeves. And this is the one day I'd put makeup on and I cried like 4 or 5 times during this movie. Um, so literally it was unbelievable. On top of that, my eyes have been watering a lot, like all day today because of my allergies. Because I was outside. Because it was beautiful. So, yeah, watch it. Watch the Molly movie. If you have not watched the Chrissa movie, watch that too because it was beautiful. It was very well done too. The actresses and actors did an amazing job. Oh, and what the other thing was in the Chrissa movie when I saw the mom was like, "Oh my God, it's Dr. Sullivan from Pretty Little Liars." I was like totally taken aback because I haven't seen her in like 3 seasons. So when I saw her, I was like, "Oh my God, it's you!" So it was kind of a weird thing because this is actually before Pretty Little Liars even started. The Chrissa movie released, so I watched the I watched it all chronologically backwards. It was very strange, but it was cool. I was like, "Oh my God, Dr. Sullivan!" So the whole time I saw the mom, I was like, "Dr. Sullivan." I'm just waiting for something really creepy to happen. It doesn't. But anyway, it's like literally 3:07, and you can see by the bags in my eyes that I'm tired and I really should go to sleep. But I have an allergy appointment on Monday, and technically that's tomorrow since it's already Sunday. But I have an allergy appointment on Monday, and I'm not supposed to take any antihistamines, and I take Benadryl along with my nighttime meds to go to sleep because otherwise I can't do it, and that's why I'm still up. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop talking to you guys and go upstairs and try to sleep because I would really like to be able to be awake tomorrow. So I think my friend's coming over tomorrow. And a very important character um, for my For the Liars thing downstairs is coming in the mail also tomorrow. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to meeting him. Um, So I really need to do an updated characters list, and I've been meaning on doing that for a long time, but it hasn't happened yet. So yeah, peace out. It's gonna happen someday. I updated the car. Actually, I need to update the cars again because I've since gotten the Fiat, and I also need to do an update tour of the Barbie room. I have a lot I have to do, you guys, and I have a bunch of videos that I have made and I just need to upload and I haven't done it yet. I have photos I've taken that I just need to put together in iMovie and just add music and upload it. Because I have like 4 photo shoots that I've done. And then I'm in the middle of the Pretty Little Liars surprise I've been working on for like years. So I have a lot of work cut out for me. And on top of that, I'm working on stuff for the Barbie room because I'm expanding, like not like physically having a construction worker come in and expand the room, but I am expanding the amount of shelves in there, so there are going to be more rooms in there. And I actually have a couple houses in progress that I'm working on making their apartments. And then I'm still like the brewer's been like a long work in progress. It's getting somewhere, but not really. And then I have this expansion now, so literally I have my hands full between filming, me trying to have a life and go outside and get vitamin D, which I am deficient in, by the way. I just found out today or yesterday or whatever day that was. It was yesterday. No, it was the day before yesterday, because today's Sunday. So Friday, I found that out Friday. And then, so yeah, I'm trying to have a life. I'm trying to chill, have downtime, watch TV, read books, that kind of thing. I have a lot of construction going on in Rosewood. I have a ton of videos I need to make for you guys. I really need to clean both my EG room and my Barbie room, and I need to finish cleaning my room that I actually had a major, like, spree cleaning last weekend after I got home from Florida. And I can't believe it's only been a week. So it literally, it's like literally I have so much to do and I can't handle it. So I kind of just throw myself in something else. I'm just like, nope, I'm ignoring all of this. I'm not doing it. Not happening. So I kind of just live. And after all I've been through, actually I need to do an update on my health too. See, before I think of more stuff I need to do, I'm gonna go up to my room. I'm gonna get in my pajamas. I'm gonna brush my teeth, and I'm gonna go to sleep because it's 3:10. It's six it's 6.5 minutes into this video, and I think we should all go to sleep. And you guys are already asleep, unless you're night owls like me or insomniacs. Because I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, I'm not insom. I'm not. I don't have insomnia. I'm down 24-hour. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Watch the Chrissa movie. Watch the Molly movie. You will not regret it. The kind of movie was great too, but it doesn't have as high of a mark for me as the other two. So yeah. And other movies I have not watched recently, but I know are really great. The Felicity movie was unbelievable. I think I was in tears a couple times that time too. The Sage movie is literally like the best Girl of the Year movie ever. The Isabel movie was very great too. But it wasn't as good as the Sage movie. And then the Grace movie has not come out yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll be great too, and I will definitely be talking to you guys about that when that happens. So I love you guys. Watch your American Girl movies. The Kit movie was really good too, but I also haven't watched that in years, and I really should watch it again. So I'm gonna shut up. Goodbye, guys. Love you.